Greetings, adventurers, and welcome to Double Advantage, a D&D podcast where half of us have no idea what's going on at any given moment, and it's fucking chaos, but guess what, goddammit, we love it! I'm here with my beautiful friends, Tsunami, Bryce, and Torchic. How you guys doing today?
Hey, yo.
Great, good.
The gang is back in town. We took a little bit of a break, life and stuff was getting in the way, but now we're back to rumble. And it feels good as can be. So, without further ado, if anybody has any announcements or anything of the sort, nothing.
Nope.
Typically, it's nothing. McDonald's, hit my line, please. But yeah.
And no sponsorship.
Yeah, sponsorship. Hey, come on, please. Anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the next episode of Double Advantage. So, in the last episode, our three intrepid adventurers had made their way to the city of Coastline to deal with some things for the Chantry of the Tide Maker, a church to the wild mother goddess of nature. After completing this mission, they had been notified that Skald's mentor, Priestess Leah Mistralith, had requested that Skald return home to the city of Ataro in the Morella Desert. After figuring this out, they had a week of downtime where they perused the city, obtained some magical items to aid them in their journey, and searched for the ship, the Silked Maiden, where they would be riding and taking passage to the city of Ataro. On the vessel, they met Captain Quinn and his three crewmates, Beanstalk, Lowrider, and Jean. They became quick friends, became part of the crew. Skald learned how to become a navigator of sorts. VOLSTAGG was the fisherman, and SAKUDO was basically playing cards up at the crow's nest with Jean like the whole time. But hey, you know, on the open sea, there's not much to look for. And with that, they had spent a few nights on the open ocean, and one night, VOLSTAGG had what you would describe as a dream turned into a nightmare, and his waking was what caused Skald to wake up, and they had a small conversation, and as VOLSTAGG was heading back to sleep, there was this gut-wrenching scream that pierced his eardrums. He woke his friends, and they ran to the top of the boat to find Captain Quinn with a gash in his chest. Skald healed them up, and they were met by three disgusting harpies, which they swiftly took down. After the battle, the rain is pouring down, the thunder and lightning still going on. The crew has returned to the top of the ship, and they are all standing there while you are above all of this ash and blood and guts. What would you guys like to do?
We should probably check on everyone.
Yeah, I like that.
Alright, so you watch and you see Captain Quinn, who previously had come up with his crossbow, kind of puts it behind his back, and you can see that the other crew members each had their own individual weapons at the ready, which they begin to stow. And Captain Quinn walks up to you guys. You know, this has happened once before, and you just kind of ignore them, you just walk away, but there was something about them. They got me, you know? I'm typically not one to fall for shite like that, but I'm glad you heard me call out, or that could have been the end of old Quinn.
Yeah,
Well, it was our friend SAKUDO that was the one to wake you up, or wake us up, so he would be the one to thank. But yeah, no, so harpies, huh? This is a common occurrence?
It's not as common as you might think, but you know, they're greedy bastards. They want to eat, they want to steal, and they just go after whatever they can find. And we were just in the crossfire. It happens to some. It's rare, but it happens. It's happened once to me. Just saw them before they got to me and went back and, you know, went underneath. They couldn't get to me. But yeah, you wasn't aware you were quite skilled. And he looks over at WolfStag. That's an interesting one. And he turns to his crew. Why can't any of you fuckers do that? That would be fucking helpful. If any of you could turn into a goddamn wolf, that would be great. And they all just look at him. Like, what the fuck you want me to do? That guy could turn into a wolf. Like, that's not my shit. But yeah, so he thanks you. You can see that he's kind of like feeling at his chest where the claw mark was, and he's like, that's a nice trick. I like that.
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, the healing that's my thing. Keeping these guys alive has been my job.
Noble job it is, then. Alright, let's get these fuckers off the boat. And you watch as they all start taking the harpy bodies and the harpy ash and just start throwing it into the ocean. You can see Beanstalk is trying to mop up the blood off the deck. And Quinn is like, you guys get some rest. We'll take it from here. We'll see you in the morning.
Okay. Well, you get some rest as well. You know, make sure to not die this time.
Yeah,
Joking.
I'll try on that one. But yeah, get some rest. And he goes back and he starts helping with the cleanup procedure. And so I assume you guys head off to bed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, you guys go ahead and it's a little hard to find sleep, but you are able to eventually drift off slowly. And with that, you can go ahead and take a long rest. You've rested up for the night. You can go ahead and click the long rest button. You're good to go. And it is now a new day. So with that, I need somebody to roll me a d20 for the day's events.
God, who rolled last time?
I'm pretty sure it went me, Tsunami, Bryce last time.
Okay. So, do you want to just take over then, Sakudo?
Yeah, sure. Let's see how this goes. How is today looking?
How is today looking?
Not bad. Not bad.
All right, hold on. Let me open it up because your boy does not have it up for some strange reason, which is rare. Typically doesn't happen. Alrighty, let's see here what we got going. All right, what'd you roll?
15.
15. Okay, not bad. Okay, I'm gonna need you to roll. I'm gonna need somebody to roll a d100, please.
You can roll it, Sakudo. You rolled the d20, so this is on you.
Let's see what you got.
Come on, let's go.
81.
81.
All right. You guys go ahead and you make your way to the top deck of the ship, and you see that it is a very windy day today. The winds are pounding. It's almost kind of off-kiltering your balance a smidge, but you sense it for a second, and you can see that it is pushing in the direction you are traveling. So it is fair weather that is aiding your travels. So with that, you will cut another day off of your journey. So now you're looking at about 3 more days since you've cut off so many days. And so with that, that's how the day goes. If there is anything you wish to do in the day, whether it be, more fishing, more anything, conversation, if not, we will just skip to the next day.
If we fish, we don't have to consume a ration, right?
Yes.
All right, we'll do some fishing.
Go ahead, just to see, go ahead and roll a d20 for me. But let's see. So fishing, how would you... Damn, this is where the DM has to make really interesting decisions on how to roll for fishing. We'll say... I would say this is a dexterity-based thing. Maybe not. Maybe it's a strength-based thing.
Let's see.
Dexterity.
I'm looking at the fishing tackle I have in my inventory, but it doesn't say anything.
Bryce, you fish, yes?
Yes.
Would you classify it more as being strong or being nimble? Like, is it more of like a dexterity-based thing, or is it more of like a strength-based thing?
I'd almost say dexterity for the initial bite, but then you have to be strong enough to reel something in if it's a big fish.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and say
let's roll twice.
Yeah, roll twice. Let's go ahead and roll a dexterity check. So I wouldn't say you're proficient just yet because you kind of just started fishing. So go ahead and just roll a d20 plus 2.
Okay.
I think that's the way we'll go for right now. And the more you
Just a
fish,
D20
obviously, you'll get
plus
better.
2.
Yeah, just a d20 plus 2. Let's see.
Oh, damn.
All right, so
So-
that would be 21.
21.
21. All right. So you go ahead and you bait up the hook. You go ahead and send out the line. Perfect execution. Beautiful. It plops into the water, and you start to feel a tug on the line. So now go ahead and roll a strength check to try to pull in this fish. 12. Okay, that's not bad. The fish out here aren't super big, so we'll go ahead and say that this is a successful catch. You were able to catch a fish, and then we won't roll for the rest. We'll say that you were able to catch about 3 fish for the day.
Nice, let's go.
So that will more than perfectly fill up the entire crew for the day. So you do not have to consume any rations.
Sweet.
So you go ahead and you prepare those for the meal. Who would be your group's cook? That's a good question that I want to have answered.
I mean, cooking requires heat.
That is true. That is not always.
Looks at Tsunami.
Looks at Skull,
Looks at the fire genasi whose
Looks
hair
at
is on
Skull.
fire.
who would probably burn the meals half the time, but
Burns
I
better than
mean,
raw.
shit. Yeah, I guess I could.
Proficient in survival.
Yeah, I would
Have
say
we-
anybody who's proficient in survival is probably a decent cook.
I have proficiency.
I think you're
yeah,
all
I-
proficient in survival.
Okay.
I'm not, but I'm just wise as hell.
Who's got the highest modifier on survival?
It's fine. I mean, I'm +4, but that's
Mine's
without
+5.
being.
Volstags
oh,
would be
well.
the highest.
Volstagg's the cook.
So Volstag's the cook. All right. So he goes ahead and he prepares this beautiful fish meal. Got some nice little herbs and spices that the crew was keeping on the ship. You know, salt and fucking thyme. I don't know. What goes good with fish? Rosemary. There you go. Shit like that.
Sure, as well with fish.
Yeah. So you guys got a nice meal prepared by Volstagg himself. You guys with filled bellies, you go ahead and you rest for the night. You wake up. You don't have to click long rest again because you didn't do anything. So you're good to go. And so somebody other than SAKUDO, roll me a d20, please.
You got it, Volstagg.
Alrighty.
And so
Volstagg's doing everything.
as of right now, you have about 3 more days, depending on how today's travel goes, or the rest of the day's travel go. You got about 3 days. 11. Okay. Oh shit. Okay.
Oh, no, don't like that.
There is actually no D100 roll that I need. Surprisingly.
Hmm,
Interesting.
that means no wind.
That's such an okay. That's a weird number for you to have rolled, but we'll fucking play with it. Okay. SAKUDO.
Oh no.
During the day's travels, you're playing cards with your best friend Jean.
Mhm.
And out of the corner of your eye, you see something in the distance.
Please don't be pirates.
You have entered this area of the ocean where it's relatively shallow.
Uh-huh.
And peeking out the top of the water, you can see a mast.
Oh no.
A mast of a ship peeking from the
Ocean ship.
water.
Also a crashed ship.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Which means we got to be careful.
Yeah. It's shallow water, so there's more than likely going to be rocks.
You look around in the distance, and you don't see anything. And the ocean stretches for miles. There is nothing in your sights except this sunken ship.
Hmm. Well, I'll notify Jean of the sunken ship.
All right, he looks at you and he says, "All right." And he looks down, because you guys are in the crow's nest. He looks down towards the wheel, and he puts 2 fingers in his mouth and lets out this very precise whistle. And he says, "Captain, there's a sunken ship about a mile ahead. What do you want to do?" And he looks up and he says, "Right, come down here. We'll talk about it." And he starts looking out to scan because he can't really see it quite yet from where he's at. So Gene starts making his way down, and the rest of the crew, after hearing the whistle, all of you hear the whistle. Scald, you're with Lowrider, learning the navigational skills. You guys hear the whistle. Volstagg, you're fishing with Beanstalk, and you guys hear the whistle, and you guys kind of all meet in the center of the ship. And Quinn comes up to you, you and Gene, SAKUDO. He says, "Right, so what's going on?"
There's a sunken ship somewhere over in the distance.
Right, sunken ship. We haven't seen one of those in a while. All right. Were there any? Did it look like maybe there were any rocks or anything? Maybe that could have done that, or do you think this ship just might be kind of met its end?
None that I could see.
Right. Well, we'll take precaution, and we'll once we get a little bit closer, we'll see what we can muster from everything. Yeah. All right. Keep your eyes peeled, and we're gonna make our way to that. And so he goes ahead and he goes back up to the wheel, and after about a few minutes, about 30 minutes or so, being very careful, kind of tried to be slow a little bit. They dropped anchor just a smidge, just to kind of give themselves some drag. And you are now pretty much right next to this sunken ship. You look and you can peer over the edge of the boat, and it is weather-worn. It is water-worn. You can see barnacles and bits of sea life beginning to grow off the side. The water here is extremely clear. You can see the bottom. You can see the sand at the bottom of the ocean floor. It's quite a bit down though, because the mast can be, 100 feet tall. So you would reckon that the actual ship base is about 50 to 60 feet down. And Captain Quinn comes over the edge. Right, well, something met its match here. And he looks out to all of you. What are the odds this thing's got some good stuff on it?
Well, I mean, that's the hope. But they're also, who knows what has taken home inside of that as well.
It's a valid point. Well, I mean,
But you're the captain. If you feel the risk outweighs the reward outweighs the risk, then I am down to go.
I think the only problem that I have is that that's pretty far down, and I'm not quite sure how we're gonna manage to get down there, explore, and get back up. If it was just a little bit more shallow, maybe we could do it, but it's a bit much. I don't know. That's the risk in it of itself, I think. And he's like looking around. He's like, "You have you can turn into wolves. Can you turn into like a fish or something?"
No.
That's
Oh,
unfortunate.
not yet. No.
That's unfortunate. Okay. Do any of you have any underwater magics or something? I know you're fire, so maybe that might not be.
Yeah, opposite.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Didn't Skull, didn't you get a scroll of water breathing?
I did, but that's. Oh wait, you can cast that on multiple people. Did I get that scroll? Do I have that scroll?
You did get a scroll of water breathing, yes.
Oh, ooh.
Big brain.
Also, I added the stuff that Juniper gave you at the end of at the beginning of the last episode. So you.
Oh, because all it says on mine is spell scroll. It doesn't say what it is.
Yeah,
So I had no idea what it was.
You can't describe it for some strange fucking reason.
Okay.
Thanks,
all
D&D Beyond. We love you. So don't take that as a shot or anything. I couldn't put a specific scroll, but yeah, you should have.
Okay, no, that makes sense.
You should have the spell scroll, and you should have the oil that she gave you.
Yeah, the ointment. Yeah.
The ointment and the oil. The ointment is the healing balm that she had given you, and then
I have a flask of oil.
Yeah, the flask of oil will be the basilisk oil that depetrifies. But yes, you do have a spell scroll of water breathing.
Water breathing, and I believe that.
And I believe you can cast that on other people.
Yeah.
Breathing, D&D water breathing. Um, 24 hours. The spell grants up to 10 willing creatures.
Yeah. There you go.
So, do with that what you wish, but you do have that at your arsenal.
Okay. Cool. All right. Yeah. So I mean, if we want to do that, so yeah, you're just like, oh, yeah, that's right. That's what that scroll was. I didn't really look too hard at it. Oh, I cannot cast this. I would actually need you, fucking, oh my god, VOLSTAGG.
There we
I would
go.
actually need you, VOLSTAGG, to cast this.
Oh, I can cast it if I need.
Yeah, it's not in my wheelhouse, unfortunately. For anybody that knows, it's only druids, rangers, sorcerers, wizards, and artificers can cast it.
let's get
Thanks
meta
for the
real quick.
information.
For anybody wanting to know, he can't cast it.
It doesn't go for clerics. Okay.
So yeah, you hand it over to VOLSTAGG, and VOLSTAGG, you are able to cast it if you need to.
Okay.
You can choose up to 10 creatures, so technically all of you could go down, if that is something that you want to discuss, but you can, because it would be the 3 of you, the 3 crew, and then Quinn, so that's 7. So you could technically get everybody, if that's the plan that they want to go through.
Well, I think someone's gonna have to stay behind and check on the ship.
So is Scald able to swim? Like,
Yeah,
That is a good point.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
he
I won't
can.
extinguish or anything. I'm
That
not
would-
like a Charmander.
that
I
would
don't know.
that would literally make Genasi's bullshit. Like, oh, you're fire Genasi. If you get pushed into water, you die.
You're dead. That's it. Game over,
Like
man.
that would fucking suck. I would never play a fire Genasi again.
Your hair gets extinguished. That's it.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why when you got into the bath at the fucking bathhouse, it kind of just like, it just in the hot water, it was steaming still.
So is there just like a perpetual steam cloud coming off of him, like the
Yeah,
volcanic vents, you know?
yeah,
The
yeah.
water around me boils.
Yeah, it boils
Ever so
around him.
slightly.
You're gonna be like, did he fucking pee in this
Is
water?
this man? That's some
This man, goddamn.
warm ass
It's in
water.
a pool.
Hey, you
Quinn-
ain't cool. Where'd you pee your
Quinn,
pants?
Quinn is hearing this and is part of this discussion. He says, "How about we stay up here to make sure everything's all right, and you guys go down if you're okay with that. It is your scroll after all." And we
I'm
can-
okay with it.
Yeah.
We can stay up here, keep an eye out, and if anything gets really bad, we can come get you. We can swim down and come get you. Wait, actually, technically you can cast it on everybody, but not everybody
Well,
has
yeah,
to go.
yeah. That's the
with
thing.
you.
I can cast
Yeah.
it on everybody.
Yeah. So he says just cast it on all of us, and if we need to come get you, then we'll be fine to come get you.
Yeah,
Okay.
of course.
All right. So you go ahead and you take the scroll VOLSTAGG, and you begin to start reading through it, and it somehow seems familiar to you. You've never cast this spell before. You have never been able to cast a spell of this degree. It is so much bigger than you currently can process right now, but it seems like something you feel like with due time you could also do without having to use an item. And as you're going through, it starts to weave into your mind. You guys see him speaking these incantations, and with one final shout and push, the scroll wraps around and just burns into this flame, and then just turns into ash and starts to spread across. And you can feel your lungs. They feel lighter. They feel a little different. And you feel like you would be able to breathe water. And with that, the scroll has been used. It has been consumed, because that is the way in which it works. So I will mark that off your sheet.
Ain't that just lucky we got that?
So you now can breathe underwater.
What is the duration on this scroll?
24 hours.
24
Okay.
hours.
We've got time.
You've got plenty of time. So, what do you wish to do now?
We should
Go
probably
investigate.
check out. Yeah, investigate.
All right, you guys go ahead and you hop off the side of the boat. You look at the crew. Quinn gives you a little bit of a salute. 07's in the chat. And you guys dive off into the ocean.
I'm about to dive in. Sorry.
Splash. Anyway,
Splash.
with three splashes, you guys are now swimming in the beautiful ocean. Clear as can be. Nothing in sight except the smoke coming off of
Yeah, bubbly.
bubbling out like a jacuzzi. And you guys go ahead and you feel like you kind of panic for a minute, and you open your mouth and you begin to breathe normally. It's a little weird. It's a little odd. Kind of feels heavy in your lungs because you're breathing a substance you shouldn't really be breathing. It's really odd. It's an odd sensation, but the panic of drowning no longer fills your mind. And I believe it's not concentration, so
No,
you don't have to worry about it
just
dropping.
lasts.
It just lasts.
Yeah.
So you guys go ahead and you start making your way towards the ship. It is a swim and a half. You can feel the pressure pounding in on your head. You know how like when you dive in a 10-foot pool and you go to the very bottom, you can feel the pressure on you? This is like that, but like amplified. You eventually do get used to it, and you are now towards the bottom of the ship. You can see the barnacles, you can see the seaweed, you can see small little fish kind of just swimming through and around. If it weren't for the fact that it's not like nice looking, it's kind of a beautiful sight with all of the plants and the sun kind of hitting down. You can see the worn sail that has been ripped and just has molded over. You can see the algae growing on it. And you basically are now standing on the deck of the ship. It's kind of off kilter to the side. Almost like, I would say it's like a 45-degree angle that it kind of is placed into the sand. And you are kind of now standing on the deck of the ship, just looking around. So I need all of you to make a perception check for me.
Alrighty.
Where's perception again?
Ooh,
There.
I has advantage. Ooh woo.
Oh
You
no!
do, thanks to your shield.
What a surprise!
It didn't
I do
fucking
not know
matter.
what's going
Oh,
on.
what a surprise! Sakudo rolled a 4. Scald with advantage rolled a 10.
Yay.
And Volstagg
6 and 3.
also rolled a 10.
We don't know what's going on.
Sakudo, you're like, wow, this is a really weird underwater forest. No, I'm just kidding. You're not that stupid.
Another forest.
You guys are kind of just awestruck with this phenomenon. This is completely, everything thus far has been completely new to Volstagg. Volstagg, you grew up in the mountain, in the middle of a landlocked area. Being out on the ocean is one thing. Being in the ocean with no land for miles is the complete opposite of what you are used to. And it is not freaking you out, but it is just uncomfortable. Sakudo, the same applies to you, except you're really just kind of like, wow, this is really cool. Like, oh man, look at fish. That's cool. You're also just like, holy fuck, I can breathe underwater. That's kind of the real thing that's getting to all of you. Is you're like, how is this possible? But it's not that hard to look around. You do see this ship is pretty much got the same layout as the Silked Maiden. It's a little different. You can see that this ship did have cannons, unlike the Silked Maiden. But the layout is pretty much the same. There is a steering wheel. There was a crow's nest that is partially out of the water, partially in the water. You see that there is a door to go down into the lower decks. It is kind of broken and bent, and at this odd angle where you actually might have to swim into it instead of like walking into it. You kind of have to like go straight in, like basically as if you were a fish trying to squeeze into a small space. So you do see that.
We should go check out that small space.
Yeah, good idea.
All right, you guys go ahead and you
Following your lead.
make your way into there. I need all of you to make a acrobatics check to try to finagle your way into
Let's
this
go.
hole. It's not going to be too hard, so don't worry.
Bruh.
It's just like, yeah.
Yeah,
28.
28. Jeez, what did you rolled a natural 20? Okay,
I rolled a nat 20.
so you watch as Sakudo with quickness just begins to swim like a fish, just at this speed, and then kind
I
of
am fish.
as he's going into the opening, he kind of spins and like flourishes through, and it's like a perfect like just whoosh, like swiftly. And VOLSTAGG and Scald, you guys too are very quick. There's no like having to finagle your way in. You kind of just slide right through with ease.
Ooh.
You slide right through with ease, and you are now in a chamber similar to the living space, like the kitchen, stuff like that. You can see that there is a plethora of sheets that are just wet and kind of floating in the water, seaweed. You can see all of this, pots, pans that have been rusted. You can see crates that have been destroyed. And over in the corner, you can see this barrel. I need Scald to make a... I don't even know what this would be. Let me look at all of the things that I could choose from. Make an investigation check.
Okie dokie.
I think that is a fair thing.
17 again.
17. You, after looking at this barrel for a little bit, you can realize that this is a wine barrel.
Okay.
You look around and there are no holes. There's no seepage.
Ooh.
And you kind of shake it and you can feel liquid inside of it.
Ah. Okay. Wow. That's surprising for being underwater. Okay.
So you do see that. In this room, that's the only thing that you see that hasn't been completely just destroyed. And you can see that it does go down to another floor. From this center chamber.
Am I able to make an investigation check to see how recently this ship crashed? Or
Yes.
whatever happened?
Yes,
Okay.
I will let you do that.
Okay, come on. Oh, come on.
Well,
Wow.
you're not used to this terrain. You're not used to the ocean. You can't really tell. It's been here for a bit. It's been here for, from your estimate, anywhere from 10 years to 20 years. You can't tell.
The tree fell a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that tree sunk.
Yeah, this tree
This is
fell.
a weirdly shaped tree.
Somebody chopped this tree and it fell. But yeah, you really can't tell.
It did fall.
I mean, you're kind of not wrong.
I mean, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
basically.
It is a weirdly
a weird
shaped tree, I guess.
Yeah.
Then again, pretty much everything's a weirdly shaped tree.
That's true. But yeah, you can't really tell. There's really no way for you to tell. You don't have the experience to know. But yeah, so there is that wine barrel in here. There is a second floor. And yeah, pretty much everything in here is just spattered and rusted and broken and worn. But yeah, so whatever you wish to do now.
Get to the floor below, I guess.
All right. You guys go ahead and you make your way down. It is a ladder, so technically you could climb it, but why climb it when you could just swim down?
Swim.
You swim down, and you are met with an interesting sight. You can see many bodies. 2, 3, 4. Spattered about, withered down to the bone, small bits of skin still attached. There are crates, there are blankets, there are beds. You can tell that this is where people met their maker. It is a saddening sight to all of you, but 'tis the way things go sometimes. And so yeah, that's the room you are currently met with.
Jesus.
Oh, can only assume not all of them got off board, unfortunately. I mean, so it's just a open room with just bodies?
There are a plethora of crates. There are some not really opened. There are bodies. You can see they're clutching, or not clutching, but there are like bags of things on their hips. And
So,
just kind of
I
see
mean-
some things floating around.
yeah, I don't really feel great about looting these bodies, kind of leaving them at rest is best. But did we see like a captain's quarters on our way? You know, like something that would look like an obvious like, hey, captain probably sleeps in here.
Yeah, there is. You have to go past the bodies, which
Oh, okay.
which is no issue for you. You just kind of swim around them. Some of them are floating at the top, some are not. And you kind of swim past them and go to the captain's quarter. It's very hard to open the door underwater. And you kind of like push it open and it kind of snaps. And you open it, and there is a captain's quarters, as you would expect. There is a body in there. And there is a bunch of crates.
So usually, if my time, out and about would give me any indication, captains usually like to hide the good shit. So I want to start looking for any loose planks, or like, under things if possible.
What is everybody's passive perception?
Um,
So it's just 10 plus whatever your modifier is. So mine is 14.
Mine's 13.
Mine is 14.
All of you, on the sides of these boxes, notice that it says Itaro merchandise.
Aro? Isn't that where we're going?
Yeah,
That's where we're going.
That's your
fine.
home.
Yeah. It's my home.
It says Itaro merchandise on the side.
Okay, so they were either... So must have been transporting it. Go. Or they stole it. Oh,
Kind of wondering that too.
No.
Maybe.
So, you now have those at your disposal if you wish to look at them or whatever you wish to do. You have the entire boat and all the things that you have seen thus far to do whatever you wish with.
I'm just going to start looking for secret loot.
All right, these are very secure. They do have locks on them. The wood is very worn, but you do still need to kind of break it. Does anybody have like any kind of tool, like a crowbar or like a hammer and a chisel to kind of get underneath these planks of wood to start ripping off the tops?
I've got a hammer.
There is a crowbar. Yeah, a crowbar and a hammer in mine.
Okay. With ease, you go ahead and you take the crowbar and you start popping off the tops of these crates. And you find a few things. You find a bunch of ceramic items, teacups, pots, plates, beautiful pieces of craftsmanship. You take them out and they are beautiful, very decorative white ceramics with blue detailing on the side. Kind of looks like ocean waves. This whole crate is filled with items like that. And from your time in Ataro, Scald, you know it's a trade city. You've seen many trade goods. From everything in this crate, you imagine it's probably worth around 200 gold for everything that's in here. People love ceramics in Ataro, and everywhere else pretty much. And you find that. And in a smaller box, doesn't look like it doesn't say Ataro merchandise on it. It's just a smaller crate. Inside it you find a case, like a rectangular case that is sealed shut, and a bottle with a cork in it, and inside you can see a piece of paper.
Okay, well, I mean, I'll pocket that for now.
All right, so you guys go ahead. You pocket the case. You pocket the bottle. There is still the ceramics and the barrel of wine. Whatever you wish to do with any of that, that's all that you can muster from all of this.
Okay, so yeah, there's no like loose planks underneath the, where I can like look for his gold stash.
Make. Go ahead and make a dexterity check to feel around. To see if you can feel anything, if anything you can feel or touch. 11. This place is well worn, and every time you press into a piece of the wood, you think you might have found something, but the wood just kind of squishes and splinters. And every time you feel like you've found something, there's really nothing there.
Alright.
Yeah. So, with that, you now have the ship at your disposal to do with what you wish.
Was there a desk in the captain's area?
There's like a little side table. Not really a desk per se.
I didn't know. Well, what the hell? Can I search that desk for maybe like a secret cabinet or
Sure.
drawer?
Make an
Okay.
investigation check. 10. You look, and you can see that there is a underneath compartment that has been opened. It has been opened, and you can see that there is nothing in it. You look around, and you can see that the captain, or what was the captain, has a pouch on his hip.
I guess I'll investigate that pouch.
You go ahead and you take the pouch off, and it comes right off. You look inside, and there's a plethora of gold coins on the inside.
Kind of feel bad taking that from the dead guy. Do we know if these are bad people yet?
You have no idea. You haven't really investigated them or investigated their bodies.
Search for a pirate hat.
That's what I was like.
The clothes don't look like... There is no really stereotypical pirate look.
Right.
There's kind of this all different, stuff like that. But if you want to search the bodies, you can. They had pouches of their own. They had things. But yeah, on the captain's pouch, it's a bunch of gold coins.
I'll just leave it
Okay.
for now.
All right, you go ahead and you leave it. What would you wish to do? What is your guys' plan from here?
So have we checked around most of the captain's quarters?
Yeah, it's a small chamber.
Okay.
It's no bigger than the room you guys have been staying in.
Is there any more levels to the ship, or are we at the bottom now?
You're at the bottom right now.
Okay. I'd say we've got most of it.
Yeah. I mean,
Do we
Is
want to
there
try and get
any-
that down?
there's no sleeping quarters or anything for the rest of the crew, right? It was just kind of that
That
open room.
That open room, there were beds
Okay. Okay.
sprawled about.
Mm. And we checked in the crates.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Trying to think of something else we could do.
Scald.
Is there any more barrels?
With your passive insight,
Uh-oh.
you go back into the main room, and you're trying to understand what's going on, what these people are, and you look, and on the back of one of the bodies, it's kind of like on its side, on the back of the clothes, you see this brand, this logo, mind you. I need you to make a history check.
Okay. 17.
You know that this is in fact a group of scoundrels. A group of thieves.
I want my coins.
They
Yep,
they
the coins.
scour the ocean, taking things from trade vessels, stealing people for slavery. They are not good people. And you can barely see that mark on the back of the clothes of this one body.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'll let the guys know. So, I mean, yeah, we definitely are not on a good person's ship. These guys are definitely of the pirate variety.
You would know their
So-
name as the Marauders.
Oh, okay. Okay, the Marauders. That sounded familiar just to me. So that's why I just did a double take for a second there.
Yeah. you're good.
Wait, I knew that name. Okay,
It's a group of X-Men villains.
That's true. That is true.
what that
Never
was?
watched
The
that
name
TV.
Marauders just like piqued something in my head that was just like, wait, what?
Strikes a
Oh,
chord.
shit,
Strikes
sorry.
a chord.
Yeah, it struck a chord in me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, what I was gonna say. So, I mean, I'm personally not going to loot the bodies, but you guys, I will not hold it against you guys, because these guys had stole probably what they have. Me, I'm not going to, but if you guys would like to, hell yeah.
Holstein?
They don't need the money where they're going.
I agree with that.
All right, so you guys go ahead and loot the bodies.
Yeah.
All right, so if you are going to, and someone can write this down if you wish, if you are going to take the ceramics, it's about 200 gold worth of teapots.
And that would be a lot to.
teacups. Yeah, you could get it all up though in batches, if you need to.
Right.
The wine barrel is a wine barrel. If you want to sell it, you would have to get that like checked out, or you could just fucking drink it, really. But there's that. You loot the bodies. The captain had about 25 gold on him. One body had about 5. One had, let's say, let me roll for it. 7. And the other 2, you take these 2 bags off of the 2 bodies. You open it up, and it is just a bag filled with teeth.
Gross.
2 bags just filled with teeth.
Oh, have they been torturing people?
That would have given it away if you would have just taken the bags off.
Mm.
But yeah, these are just 2 bags of teeth. Of different kinds. And VOLSTAGG, as you're looting, there are half-orc teeth. You can see tusks. You can see regular teeth, but you can also see tusks, molars. Just gross and disturbing shit. So, that's what you muster. If you wish to start taking all this back up, you can, whatever you choose. Scald, you do have that bottle that's corked and that case on you. whatever you guys wish to do with any of this is up to you. You kind of are free to do whatever you want at this point.
How much total gold did we get?
So that would have been
25.
25, 5, and 7.
So 37.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay.
37. Just
And
raw
Scald,
gold.
you don't want any of that, so we can divide it between us, right? Or do you want some gold, Scald?
I mean, I'll take some. I will never say no to that.
It's it's like
course.
I won't rob a body, but if you rob a body and give me the money, we're cool.
Okay,
Yeah.
then
Yeah,
it'd
yeah,
be
that's
12 gold
cool.
apiece.
Because technically that's
Ooh.
not on my moral
Farewell.
compass. I didn't rob the body. I just got paid.
I
Yeah.
just got handed gold.
So basically
So
12
that's
gold apiece with 1
12
left
for
over.
each?
Yeah, 12 each and 1 left over.
Which
Okay.
I was kind of thinking we could give the wine to the crew as a gift for letting us partake in their voyage.
I'm down for that.
All right. So in batches, right? Because it's going to take a little bit. You guys are able to
Right.
you split the money up underwater, obviously. You guys pocket those. You Scald have pocketed those 2 things. Are you bringing up the ceramics?
See no reason not to.
I mean, yeah, we can make the
right.
couple trips if we need to.
So you guys go ahead and you bring up all these things for the sake of expediency. We'll say that it's not going to require a roll because you just take your time. It does take like, an hour and a half to start getting all this stuff up, which is no issue because you have 24 hours. And with that, you finally make your way onto the Silk Maiden once again. And you can see that they are there, helping you pull these things off and back onto the ship. And Quinn walks up and is looking in the ceramics crate. He's like, "Right, these are some nice pieces of craftsmanship. I'm surprised they haven't been weather worn."
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
they
was
were kept
surprising.
secure.
Well, right then. And this is, and he looks at the barrel. What's in this?
Oh, a present for the crew.
A present. Right then. Beanstalk, get a crowbar. And he walks in and he grabs a crowbar and pops it open, and you can see this beautiful red liquid. A maroon, a deep maroon, almost purple color. And he looks up at you guys. "I like you guys a lot more than I thought I did. Thank you. Wonderful gesture. And the ceramics are yours if you want to sell them when we get back. And unless you don't want them, then we'll take them. But they're yours if you want them."
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll take them to try and find a merchant.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, I say this is not a bad haul. I mean, a drink is going to be greatly appreciated on the open ocean, so thank you for that. Anyway, all right, let's get on out of here then. I think we've spent enough time out here. Right, and he goes back up and kind of disperses. They put the top back on the crate, or not on the crate, on the barrel, and take it back down. And so you guys disperse. You guys are now in your quarters, ready for bed. You do spend a ration because you just didn't fish today. But Scald, as you guys are all in this room, you remember you have the 2 items.
Mm-hmm.
So if you wish to take a look at them, by all means, just let me know what you want to do.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll take a look at them.
All right. The small case has a small lock on it. And the corked bottle is just a cylindrical bottle with a cork in it, and it has a rolled up piece of paper on the inside.
I'll throw the box over to SAKUDO, and it's like, I mean, I could just break it open, but let's see if you can do this a little more finesse.
All right. So you do have thieves' tools, is that correct?
Yep.
All right, so go ahead and roll dexterity check plus your proficiency bonus, which is +2. So just click the dexterity check button and then add
Okay.
an additional 2 on top of that.
9.
You try to go and try to find it, but it's a small lock, but it is very effective. And you kind of go through, and it doesn't go.
Well, I'm gonna pop
Try
the
it.
cork on this for,
All right,
and then check that paper.
you pop the cork, you open it up, you unreel it, and I'm gonna send it to you. This is what it reads. It is a piece of paper. It has writing on it.
Oh.
My dearest Mariana, the loneliness of the Faruza makes me long for your touch. Oh, how I wish to be enveloped by your soft embrace. The crew mocks me in my passionate letters, but they may laugh now, for when I get home to you, it is I who will be exploring every inch of your body. Something those schmucks could only dream of. Till then, I must eagerly await. With love. Rome. I read it just like that.
It is a love letter.
It's a smut letter is what it
It
is.
is a smut love letter.
Ooh.
It looks like he didn't get to touch the body.
Oop.
Tragic.
Rip. R.I.P. my
Rip
man
for
Jerome.
F's in the chat. Sorry, bud.
F's in the chat for Jerome. Never got to envelop every inch of her bodice. Sad.
Damn. Well, I wonder if anybody else is touching Mariana.
Oh
Any
shit.
Ooh.
Probably. At this point. Anyway.
Well, that was.
How was it? That was good fun.
Okay, I'll throw that overboard.
Yep.
Yep.
Bye.
just kidding.
Anyway, after a few minutes of just finagling with it, you are able to just fucking hammer the lock until it breaks.
I know what I was gonna go for next.
It's really not that big of a deal. It's
As it
kind
wasn't
of
trapped.
it's kind of rusted. It is not trapped. It was just locked.
Ooh.
With enough, it took like 10 minutes of just trying to fucking break it, and it finally broke. And you open it up, and it is this glass, kind of spiraled and curved wand.
Glass wand? Ew, I bet I know where that went.
Jesus Christ!
Oh no.
I shouldn't have
Oh,
I shouldn't have done this. That's my fault.
Damn, it's somebody's magic wand.
And,
Diggity.
and scene. Fuck me.
Yeah.
Should not have read the letter.
I really wish you would have opened that before you read the fucking letter. Oh well, it's okay.
But then I would have been
Yeah.
making this joke anyways, because I'd be like, oh, that's what that is. You're touching it.
Yeah.
Ew.
My own
It's
fault.
jokes, eh?
My own fucking fault.
Oh,
Should have thought that one
man.
through.
You know, I
The
thought I
magic
did,
bullet,
but I really
baby.
didn't. Anyway,
No way.
it's a glass wand.
Ooh.
Fuck me running.
It better be
Is
a
it-
wand.
Is it ribbed?
It is
Oh,
not
no.
fucking ribbed, god damn it. It's a fucking wand. Jesus Christ, man.
Oh, if anybody makes it this far,
You're welcome.
you're welcome.
You're welcome. Thank you
Oh,
for being
no.
here. You pick it up, and you're kind of like trying to figure out like what's wrong with it, like what's going on with it, and you hold it out, and I can't believe this did not go the way I wanted it to.
Clarification. Who is holding it?
Skull.
Who's holding it?
Skull told
No,
it.
why?
thank
I
you.
don't want to hold it. That's gross. Ew. Do I have any fucking type of antibacterial like? I don't know. fucking
What's funny about this?
alcohol.
What's funny
I'm
about
going to
this?
burn it. Hold on. I light my hands up. Just fucking. I just gotta give it a quick once over with some fire.
Okay, yeah, you've fucking cleansed it.
Sterilize this
You've
shit.
sterilized it. I didn't put fucking two and two together with this, so this is gonna be the worst thing ever.
Oh yes.
You hold it out. and
Oh,
you,
no.
You point it at the wall,
Oh boy.
and it sends out
Was
a squirt of water.
Oh yes. I was hoping for a gaping hole, but a squirt of water works too.
I didn't think any of this through,
What have
really.
you done?
And basically,
I have a wand of squirt.
You have the squirt stick.
God damn it. I never thought that this is the way things would go. It's
Bro,
literally
it's the title. It's the title.
It is fucking called the Wand of Water Spritzing, but you can call it whatever you
Oh,
want.
no, it is not now. It is
It's
the wand of
squirt
squirt.
stick. It
It's
is
the wand of
squirt
squirt.
It's literally a fucking water gun wand. God damn it. That's all it is. I didn't
Oh,
put
not
two
anymore.
I didn't put two and two together when I thought about all of this, and you know what?
and even
It's
oh my
fine.
god! And then when they're doing it, and then it squirts inside. Oh god!
It's not
Oh,
a
it's perfect.
It's not a sex toy. It's not.
Oh, it is a perfect simulation.
Oh no.
I have made so many mistakes in the matter of a few minutes.
Oh, this is great. I love this.
So whoever wants to put that in their inventory.
Nope.
Skull.
Not I. No.
No.
Water's not really my thing. I'm more fire. So I mean,
I'll take the
Volstagg.
squirt wand.
God damn it.
Because I ain't taking that.
Volstagg, you now have the wand of squirt.
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 I fucking hate my life. God, I didn't fucking think that one through at all.
Nope.
Um,
How did you know?
I was like, okay, interesting love,
Fun.
interesting love letter, and
Did you
a
write the
water
letter
gun.
after or before?
I wrote the letter before.
Oh my god, that makes it worse.
Yeah, I
How-
know. I
And then you were
know.
like, oh, let me put a glass wand that squirts things. Man.
I understand I've made a mistake. Okay, I know I did it. Okay, I'm just gonna fucking own up to it now.
Oh,
That's funny.
I can't wait till you guys are
Glorious.
fighting the big bad evil guy of this campaign, and you pull out the wand of fucking squirt.
Just squirt.
Oh my god! It
So
literally.
that's the finishing kill of
Let
the
me-
final battle.
Let me clarify. It literally does nothing but shoot out water. It's a fucking water gun. That's all
They
it
have
is.
an infinite supply of
Yes,
water.
yes, it does.
Huh.
And,
That's
bef-
actually.
and before you start thinking
useful.
about it, it's salt water.
Oh.
it's
we can
salt
always
water,
try
so I can't
salt
just
water.
fucking sit there just squirting it in my mouth.
Oh, so you're
Oh.
gonna use it as a water supply?
Just fucking sit there.
Talk about it.
bleh. If you could see me
I
right now, I'm
mean-
jerking it off above
Stop!
my
Oh,
Stop!
head, squirting into my mouth.
Well, if you think about it, right, it would be salty, would it not?
No, no, no. I was thinking that.
Anyway, let's stop. You
I'm
guys
only aiming for people's eyes.
you go to sleep.
Oh no.
Actually, yeah, technically
Right.
it technically has uses that I didn't really think about. Yeah, you could technically blind somebody with that. It's like pocket sand.
You got blinded by the squirt stick.
Get blinded by the
You've been
squirt
Just gonna
stick.
blind people
You've
with
been
that squirt
struck by
stick.
a smooth squirt stick.
Fuck. I can't believe I've just made such a fucking interesting mistake. Anyway,
The
you guys,
squirt stick.
you guys go to sleep after laughing for about an hour and a half.
Squirting each other with it.
Oh no.
Literally
no.
you literally turn into 6-year-olds again. Anyway, you guys go ahead and you go to sleep. And so, for the sake of expediency, we're going to go ahead and say that the next 2 days of travel are perfect, good conditions, and within the 2 days, you are able to make it to the beautiful port city of Itaro. As you are approaching, you can see the beautiful, beautiful city in the distance on the horizon. The sun is just gleaming off of the soft orange sand that surrounds this part of the continent. It is piercing. The reflection is piercing onto your eyes. You can feel the heat of the city. It's still so far away, but you can feel it getting hotter as you get closer to the city. You can see the beautiful 35-foot walls that encapsulate the entire city, and the beautiful buildings that are within. As you dock, you can see the captain and his crew are there at the top of the deck, and he says, "Well, it was a pleasure to have you guys with us, and a pleasure for you to save our lives. I think we're gonna take a break for a while. I think after getting my fucking gut ripped out, I think it might be time for a well-deserved break. But if you ever need us, we'll be here. Wherever we end up settling down, we'll let you know. So stay safe out there, and we'll meet again someday. I know we will.
Yeah. You as well.
And he waves you off. He hands you the crate. It's not that heavy. You can a single person could probably lift it. You go ahead and you gather your things. They are docking the boat as well to head off to where they wish to go. And from here, Scald, you know exactly how to get back to the Daybreak Sanctum. Because you've lived here, you grew up here your entire life, so you know every inch of this place. Like how Jerome wanted to know every inch of Mariana's body. Anyway.
Ooh.
Anyway, so with that, you begin to walk in to the city, and it is hustle and bustle. It is just a mix of people, speed walking, doing this and that. People are trying to sell other people things. You're in this beautiful marketplace where there are so many different rugs and spices and paintings and jewels, and it is just this big plethora of things, and it's so much going on, and it makes the city of Coastline look so calm. But Scald, it is so refreshing to you. It feels so good to be back. The smells, the sounds, the heat. Volstagg and SAKUDO, you guys are fucking sweating profusely. You guys are like keeping yourselves refreshed with the wand of water spritzing. It's cold water, by the way.
I'll just squirting each other back there.
Let me just rephrase that. It's like those fans at Disneyland that they give you, where it's like a fan and it squirts water at you at the same time. It's beautiful. Anyway.
Just need a nice squirt.
Jesus Christ.
Bye, McDonald's.
Yo, squirt me real quick. Just give me
hey, squirt me, bro. Squirt me, bro.
Yo, squirt me, bro.
Come on, bro. Hit me with it.
Just don't get it in the eyes.
Yeah,
Or just watch my eyes. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Salty.
Anyway.
Sometimes, you want it in the mouth.
With swiftness and with haste, due to your excitement to be home, you lead your friends into this area, this beautiful area that has a plethora of fountains and flowers in the desert. It's quite peculiar. This beautiful, small area. And you look up and you can see the gigantic chapel that is the Daybreak Sanctum, home to those who worship the Dawnfather. It is a beautiful building. It is made of this sandstone material. It has a beautiful, like the Chantry of the Tidemaker, beautiful stained glass window that depicts actually the perfect image of what you saw in your dream that one time, Scald. A man in orange robes, a staff, and instead of a face, it is just a picture of a sun. And it is beautiful. You can see the coast off to the side. You can see the wall that protects the city. And you walk in and you open the door. And almost immediately it is home. If Itaro itself wasn't home to you, this is the true pinnacle of home. And you haven't been home in quite some time. And you are filled with this raw emotion. And you guys are now in the sanctum. Scald, you can do whatever you would like to do.
Oh, do I see Leah anywhere?
You do not. You can ask around if you wish. Unlike the Chantry of the Tidemaker, this is not really a place for other people, right? The Chantry of the Tidemaker was a place for all to come to study, to read, for peace of mind, for peace of quiet, to pray. This is kind of secluded. They don't really let anyone in here. And so you are not you're not getting eyes because you're wearing the proper clothes, but your friends are getting some stares, and it kind of draws attention. And one of a person you don't recognize, probably a smaller acolyte less than you, comes up and says, I'm sorry, who are these individuals?
Oh, they're my friends. I've, made some acquaintances along the way, and they're gonna help me.
Yes, of course. And he looks at you. It's a gentleman, long brown hair. Oh, wait a minute. You are Arias, yes?
Scald, yes.
Yes, Scald. I presume you wish to see Lady Mishra.
Yes.
Of course. Allow me to fetch her for you.
Oh, thank you.
And he walks off. And he makes his way. He makes his way into a direction that doesn't make sense for you, because you know where her chambers are, and he's not going that way. And it confuses you a little bit. And he comes back after a few minutes and he says, she will see you now. Please follow me. And he begins to lead you in that same direction. And as he's walking and talking with you, he says, it has been quite some time since you've been home. Hopefully your travels have been well.
I'm still alive, which is a good thing.
Yes, clearly.
And I've made some new friends. So, I mean, there's that. But yeah, sorry. Yeah, I do actually have to go in a few minutes.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up in a second here. And so he leads you into this chamber, an unfamiliar chamber. And he opens the door, and there you see Lady Mistralith, your mentor, in extravagant robes similar to Scald's, yet not made for combat. No armor, just robes, cloth. She turns around. She sees you. She says, My. It is a pleasure to see your face again.
Well, pleasure to see you as well. Glad we were able to.
Well, there is... I'm sure you... Let me just get this out of the way first. I have been promoted to High Priestess.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. And with that comes my next bit of news. You have done a great deal for us, and we would like to denote your progress. We would like to promote you as well.
That's a surprise.
You show signs of someone who is not merely an acolyte. Therefore, we would like to grant you the title of Sunlight Adept.
Sunlight Adept? Ooh, woo. Oh, well, that's an amazing honor.
We appreciate all that you have done, and felt that you deserved a place here. An acolyte is not as involved, and you have grown up here. You deserve a spot. And with that, you now have access to higher clearance information that you might not have had before. We will need to catch you up on a few things. But, please, enjoy the rest of your night. We will talk tomorrow. And she walks up to you, and from behind a desk pulls out a new set of clothes for you, to denote your upgraded status, and to acknowledge that you are no longer merely an acolyte. And with that, that's where we're going to end today.
Alrighty.
So,
Ooh, new
Scald, you
digs.
are now Sunlight Adept Arias Scald.
Ooh, Sunlight Adept.
You now have access to new information. You have new clothes. They are almost identical to your old clothes, except on the back of your neck cape piece, instead of it being blank, now has a sun decal on the back. The robes are slightly longer, not by much, and there is just a slight difference to denote.
We just got artwork, so we got to make it very similar.
Yeah, it's the same. Why do you think I described the back that nobody sees?
Gotta look the exact same, maybe.
Yeah, it's a little bit longer, but that's really it. Nothing different. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching and sticking through this episode. It was a bit of a longer one, I think. Not quite sure. Oh no, it was a bit of a shorter one actually.
But yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys for joining us. We will be back next week for some more stories, and yeah, we will catch you guys.
More squirt stick fun.
Yeah, more squirt stick fun. Sweet fuck.
God.
I regret every decision I've ever
That's
made.
not going away.
Nope.
Anyway,
no.
guys, we love you. Make sure to enjoy your squirt sticks, and we'll see you next time.
Woo woo! Bye!
Bye.